this video, we're going to talk about being the tech. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, you're a technician. You have pride in your work. You want to make good money. You want to take care of people. Your passion is fixing cars, right? That's why we're all here. We all have that passion. Now, I want to talk to you about two different types of techs. Like, let's say this first tech, his name is Jimmy. Now, Jimmy's got like the 3-bay snap-on box. Everything's organized. Jimmy's like, everyone loves Jimmy, right? He's super helpful. We're going to talk about how he became the tech in the shop, all right? You know this guy. He turns tons of hours. He's just the guy you want to be around. Now, let's talk about the guy on the other end of the shop, Eddie. Like, Eddie's got some tools over on the bench up in a bucket, right? And he's blaring his loud, like, music so loud. Every time you open the customer door, you hear it in the waiting room. Service advisors actually have to stop talking to customers because it's so loud, right? So Eddie has a lot of comebacks. He's aggressive. He's got a lot of angst. He likes to make you feel small. You know, Eddie's that tech. You all know that technician. You know Eddie, right? We all do. So how do we stand out? How do we be the technician that service advisors want to give work to? Customers want to come back to. Management wants to give raises to. Like, how do we become that tech? Well, number one, you got to be honest. Honesty and integrity are the most important things you can have in your toolbox as a technician. You got to own your work. If something goes bad or if you've made a mistake, you have to admit to it. You have to cop to it. Because like we talk about in other videos, that is what causes trust issues between you and service advisors, when you're not honest. Number two, be on time. We talk about state of mind, technician state of mind. Also, be on time, be there, ready to go. That doesn't mean you're just running up at 8 o'clock, opening your car door and running towards the building. Like, be there, set up, ready to go, ready to take on your day, get organized, okay? That's the other thing, organization. Make sure your box, make sure your parts, make sure your bays are clean and organized and ready to go. If you want to be like Jimmy, like, that's what you got to do. You don't want to be in a shop where you're trying to, pull in a car to do a CV axle and you're stepping over transmissions and skidding out through grease spots. Like, don't be that guy. Be clean and organized and ready to go. Be kind and approachable. If somebody has a problem, don't put them on the defensive or be aggressive towards them. Hear what they have to say. Try to find a solution. Make others' jobs easier, okay? Like, just help them out. If you see something that needs to be done, help them. Keep yourself educated. As you go along in your career, things are going to change. Like in my career, we went from points distributors to HEI all the way up to what we have now, ADAS. We have so many different things that are involved, so many different electronics that are involved in customers' vehicles now. So granted, that sounds like, going from a dinosaur to jet engines, but it kind of was. And for me, it was a huge learning curve, and I had to stay on top of it for 30-some years. And for you as well as a technician, I don't care if you've been in this business for 40 years, you're going to have to go to ongoing training. You need to keep yourself educated so that you can better repair a car when it comes in with a real problem. Next, be supportive. Be supportive of technicians around you. You know that everybody has a bad day. You know that sometimes we just don't feel like doing it today. Help pick that person up. Help your service advisor when they're struggling with a customer. Maybe try to help them approach it with a different sales strategy. You're like, well, maybe we don't do the flush today. Maybe we take care of that next time he comes back or whatever. Give your service advisors, your customer, and your management real-time ETAs. If you can't do it in 3 hours, don't tell them you can do it in 3 hours. Tell them it's going to take 5. I would rather hear as a customer that it's going to take 5 hours and be promised it's going to be done in 3 at the end of the day, show up and my car is not ready. It's a real bad situation for everybody. Next, do great inspections. Inspect every car every time. Make sure you're writing down everything that is safety concern, what is neglected maintenance, what is the maintenance schedule that we need to get this customer on so that they can keep driving their car safely. And then finally, we talked about it earlier, stand by your work. If something happens, just own it, take care of it, and move on. If we do this, we fix the cars, we fix the shops.